I watched it on Fox, where they went in without a judge's warrant, and there's some.
Went into a residence
They
or a
went into a
business?
residence. They used it, and they actually used a battering ram. So I'm going to take Minnesota for example. And if anybody knows anything about Minnesota, in 1991 there was there was a film made about this. I believe it was in 1991. Was Black Hawk Down? That happened in Somalia, Mogadishu, and Carter was the president. We got
What
our
year?
ass. I think it was 91.
So it would have been Clinton, not Carter,
I mean, I'm
right?
sorry, Clinton. That's what I
Clinton.
meant,
Yeah.
Clinton. And Clinton, Clinton pulled us like the minute it was resolved and we got our pilot back, our Black Hawk pilot back. We basically we pulled up all military fucking stakes in that area, and we left. And what the Muslim world saw was that we were paper tigers, and that Americans couldn't fucking stand the sight of their own blood, and we were basically pussies, which led to a bunch of fucking shit moving forward. We could name them. We could name the all of a sudden 9/11, the 9/11s, the fucking uh, the bombing. When was the first bombing of the World Trade Center?
93, I think.
Right. So that followed that, and so when we pulled out, the it became basically just there was no government. That was the reason we went into with Black Hawk Down in the first place. There were warlords, and there was mass. I mean, basically genocide had started. So we started a mass exit of the Somalians, and the Catholic and Lutheran dioceses, whatever they are,
Hmm.
in especially in like Minneapolis, took huge uh, groups of the Somalians into that area, and they also made sure there was like in Wilmer and other cities around. There's a lot of agriculture. There's a lot of meat packing jobs, and they basically set up a society uh, ecosystem and a social network for the Somalians to be in Minneapolis. And then once that became established, then a lot of the Somalians that were in Texas and other places moved to Minnesota, to Minneapolis area, and now there's guesses between 30 to 100,000 Somalians that live in Minneapolis. Now, a lot of there's you can try to deep dive, and there's a lot of talk where the amount of fraud, and there's definitely a ton of fraud. Millions and millions of dollars of fraud, and there's been allegations that a lot of the Somalians were sending money back to the country to Al Shabaab, whatever that terrorist group is there, who were also involved with the Somalian pirates. They were getting $5 to $10 million for each one of the ships that they were pirating, and it was basically like Minneapolis was like a pipeline, and a lot of the fraud, a lot of that money was sent to uh, back to a terrorist group. So, but nobody does any real police work. Nobody spends any money. Nobody puts anything together, because if that was the case, then everything that they're doing right now, if it was, if it was correctly uh,
Investigated.
correctly investigated and based on the fact that they were funding a terrorist group, this entire operation would fall underneath the Patriot Act.
Patriot Act, and they could do anything. They
And
could
they,
seize
now
the
yeah, they
assets.
could do whatever the fuck they want to do. And but instead we again put the fucking cart in front of the horse. And I haven't seen Cash. I haven't seen Cash. I haven't seen Bondi. I haven't seen anybody that's from the Justice Department talking about anything about further investigations of but they're
Terror
good.
links you're talking
Right,
about, and
but they're
yeah.
gonna go after the governor, and they're gonna go after the mayor because,
Well, they're Democrats, so
well, yeah, and
that's
it's
what you
also so
do.
that and we had Smith, was on the stand today for 5 hours, and it's like we're so divided and so fucked up that it's like we're not even warring factions. Like we're the Bloods and the Crips now. I mean, I mean, if you look at it, the blue and the fucking red, there's no fucking difference, and it's fucking, it's just a shame that something like that we like maybe there's a couple adults somewhere, and occasionally you'll see one. You'll see one like there's a Republican from North Carolina that's a senator, and I see him occasionally, and he'll say like, it's once again, it's fucking, Bush League shit, like, and then you'll see other people, but it's like,
Well, it starts with the candidates we're given, right? And it starts
right,
it starts at the top. The body rots from the top. So, who in the field of players 3 years from now would be that voice, that Democrat or Republican, that would at least bring civility? And because the douchebag that's in office now, the reason the divisiveness is so vicious is because they've been given implicit permission not to debate the other side, but to hate the other side, whether it's making fun of a handicapped reporter, all the classless things that we've seen this half a moron do,
okay,
which
so
doesn't
now hold on,
represent their
okay,
doesn't
now
represent their party.
hold on a
He's not a
second.
Republican.
Republican Kevin's got something to say.
Oh, okay, yes, please, Republican Kevin, please.
You fucking libtard. You know, when he came down that fucking escalator, and he said if he wanted to grab him by the pussy, he would. Well, was he lying?
Oh, he's grabbed us all by the
He's
pussy.
grabbed that. He's done whatever the fuck he's wanted to do. So if you got a problem having a pit bull in your fucking front yard, making sure fucking things don't go fucking, I mean, that's just the way it is. And what you got's a pit bull. Now, fucking, ain't nobody fucking with the United States right now. Everybody's afraid of the United States because we're a loose cannon.
Everyone's kind of laughing at the United States, Republican Kev. We're kind of insignificant. We just keep fucking up our own economy. We're going to go after Green. We're going to go after Europe. They go, okay, great, enjoy. And then we tank our own fucking stock market with each announcement.
But then we back
And
off.
and China just plays bats cleanup and takes everything that we destroy and increases their economic output by, what was the number last week? I forget the number we read. However many trillion that
I tell you
was.
what is amazing though is
Is
when
this
you
back
go,
to sane Kev? Sane
yeah,
Kev is back?
this is sane, Kev.
All right.